Of course.
And what does the flame reveal?
Right away.
I shall. Ah, thank you.
Onward!
Not as beautiful as the Anguithan ruins near my home, but your fortress is impressive in its own little way.
Greetings.
Not ruins near my home, but fortress is impressive in its own little way.
Too predictable. Safe travels.
See you when I see you.
Farewell.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is another...
I'm here.
Right here.
Yes? What do you need of Zawa? Most Takan have two choices. They can grow. I was the youngest of 5. They did not feel the same about me. 3 times I tried to join their rank. All that time spent dreaming, and I had not thought to prepare. If they had not refused me, they had no choice. Our high priestess had a vision. She saw me as chieftain, leading a host of Nalpazga warriors to victory over our enemies, the Quechmatl. Our last chieftain had died over the winter. A new one had not yet arisen from the Nalpazga. So the timing was right. The next day they brought me before Ishipilo, the great master of the Nalpazga, and I became his pupil. I still trained with the other instructors, sparred and meditated with my Nalpazga brothers and sisters. I learned from all of them. But learning from Ishipilo was a chieftain's privilege. He knew the secrets that could grant mastery over reality, invincibility in combat. When a Nalpazga was deemed a worthy successor to a chieftain, greater than all his peers, Ishipilo would take him in, prepare him for the future. I would not be as I am now without his lessons. Not all of them. When I was brought to him, I knew how unworthy I was. But if he disapproved, he never showed it. In my shame, I gave him everything I had. He tutored me for 7 years, and in that time I became greater than the rest. Then the day came when he was to teach me the final secret of the Anitle. This is the unbeatable warrior all Takan chieftains must become to protect our people. Ishipilo never showed. I found him in his study, meditating, or perhaps staring off. I couldn't say. Master, I said, is it time for me to learn to be the Anitle? Not yet, he said. And that was all. He never gave me another lesson. A year later, he was dead of old age. They named me chieftain anyway. Have I? At any time, 2 people know the secret of becoming the Anitle, the chieftain and the master of the Nalpazga. When Ishipilo died, the knowledge was lost to us forever. I thought so as well. I tried everything: patience, rage, cleverness, acceptance. Not yet, he would say. Not yet. You would ask much of one who knows little. Word of Ishipilo's death spread. Our enemies saw the opportunity. The Quechmatl chieftain came with gifts to honor my rule, but his real purpose was to look me in the eye, to know if Zawa might be beaten. I looked at him, and I imagined that I was the Anitle, free of all the worldly snares, that my master had taught me everything. When he turned to leave, I saw he wore a secret smile, and I knew I had failed. 3 days later, they attacked. They were many times greater than our numbers. They had been trying to conquer us for generations, and the Takan chieftain had always sent them running. The power of the Anitle. In my heart, I knew we would lose, and it would be because I was not the Anitle. what we had always done. I gathered my Nalpaska warriors and led a charge into the belly of their army. The Nalpaska believed Zawa was the Anitle, and it gave them strength. For their sakes, for Takan, I believed it too. My mind found a place it had never reached before. I could see my enemies' moves before they made them. I could see my own actions in front of me, the path to victory. I did as I saw, and the Quechmatl fell in heaps. And then the Quechmatl chieftain came to face me, and he knew Zawa was not the Anitle. When I saw him, I knew it too. I hesitated. My enemies fell upon me. One by one, the Nalpaska were defeated, and Takan was conquered. Of the men, they made slaves. Of the women, they made wives. Their way is to absorb the conquered, make them forget themselves. They take you alive if you are a chieftain. They break your body and your spirit. Then they show you to their people, and to yours, broken. After that, they cut off your head so that they may drink your soul from it. Oh no, they did all of those things to me. They flayed me until my screams became whispers, until I no longer knew who I was, and my only hope was to die soon. But they didn't stop, and that was their mistake. In my lowest moment, I released my grip on many worldly things I had come to embrace since my master's death. The pain made the world clear again. They brought me out to be executed, not knowing any better. They swung the machete down upon my neck, but it would not cleave. Each hack of the knife brought great pain, and the pain showed me glimpses of pure truth. For a moment at a time, I was the Anitle. I broke my bonds by seeing beyond them. I slew my executioner by knowing I would slay him. No. When the pain faded, so did my enlightenment. But it was enough to make my escape. I swore to return when my soul was ready to defeat the Quechmatl, when I had rediscovered my master's lost secrets. No. I searched my empty homeland for any trace of Ishipilo's knowledge, but I knew he had left none. It would have been too dangerous. When that failed, I began searching the land to see if knowledge of the Anitle had come from abroad. I visited temples and monasteries. All the while, Zawa was trying to find the answer within himself as well. Meditation, Malkachoa, 1,000 practices he had learned as Nalpaska or dreamed on his own. He becomes nearer to the Anitle every day, but his soul is not free. He is not the Anitle. The final step is the difference between invincibility and certain failure. I see it before me as a line drawn in blood. Quechmatl has only grown over time, swallowed all its rivals. It would take no less than the Anitle to free and protect the Takan now. Then the Takan will be no worse off than they are now. But they do deserve better. You would ask much of one who knows. Ishamiddle is vast. Outsiders think of it as one land and its people as one people. But if you walk across it, you see that there are many Ishamiddles. The Ishamiddle that the Khan know is rich in soil and water. The crops seem to grow in front of you. We build our homes along the Akia River, and it is good to us. Though every so often it floods, so that the Khan do not forget their suffering. It would not be the rainy season without my neighbor Esley swimming after his escaped goats and nearly drowning. But home is an idea, no more real than justice or honor. My home is here now, wherever I stand.
Indeed.
While we wait, the enemy grows stronger.
And you'd send more of us to die!
Well, I'm not gonna stand around. Are you?
You've done plenty, Darian!
Been a week since our people left these gates. A week since the Iron Flail took them. Yet we wait here behind our sturdy new walls, hiding in our rebuilt homes. We've done nothing.
Who are you to tell us how to defend our own? You ain't been here 2 months!
And since I got here, I've been working alongside the rest of you. Don't start with that again.
Well, it was your idea to send our people to that damned fort in the first place! If it weren't for you and the other leeches that come up with you, we wouldn't be in this mess!
Enough. Enough! You want to boot all the Outlanders from your town? Tell that to the hero of the White Forge. It's a small army from Raid Saris. They call themselves the Iron Flail. Showed up a few weeks after you opened the battery. Demanded we give him the White Forge. They're led by Adarik Sendamir. Comes from an old Raid Saren family. The rumor has it the man's half mad with visions. Claims one drove him here to take the White Forge.
In Zawa's experience, if one is only half mad with visions, the dose was too low.
They're not the only bloodsuckers around here.
Our crew at the battery locked their doors and told the Iron Flail to go back to Raid Saris. Instead, they built a fort in the middle of the wood. So we sent a committee to reason with them. But that was a week ago, and we haven't seen our people since. That can only mean one thing.
Maybe we could nudge them into torching their own village.
Please, everyone! Whatever our difference is, we've got to deal with the army at our gates. You may be the only person around here who's more unpopular than I am, but if anyone could get into that fort and deal with an army, it's you. The Iron Flail cleared a patch of forest north of Durgan's battery, built their fort there. It'll be well guarded, so if you can get in without raising an alarm, you may have an easier time of it. The important thing is to deal with the commander. If you can get rid of him, the rest of the soldiers will scatter. What exactly did you see? Of course. We're just thankful this dream led you back. Anyway, we've got our work cut out for us here. While you're out, stop by the battery. Wangra and her team are still repairing the heavy cannons, but they've made a lot of progress elsewhere. Thought you might like to see how far it's come. Haven't been here long, but I'll tell you what I can. Work. I was a cobbler in New Yarma, but the city got more crowded every year. Rural types fleeing the legacy. A couple months ago, I heard Stalwart was offering land and opportunity to new settlers, so figured I'd give it a go out here. For a while, folks seemed glad to have some new blood, but that changed as more and more of us came. Before you opened Durgan's battery, people tell me Stalwart barely had enough warm bodies to keep the town running. A bunch of us came when we heard about the White Forge, but now, I think the old-timers would just as soon send us back. We take the best jobs, we don't pay our respects to Andra, we're overcrowding the town. I get it. Stalwart's changing. Same thing happened in New Yarma when folk moved in from the countryside. But they can't keep blaming us for everything that goes wrong out here. I'm just hoping they'll calm down once the Iron Flail is gone. They heard about the White Forge and came running, just like a lot of us did. Only difference is, they brought siege weapons. As best anyone can tell, they're from the border region near Little Bend, one of the poorest parts of the country. For Raid Saris, well, that's saying something. The Iron Flail has folk up in arms about foreigners, and not just Raid Sarans. I'm hoping everyone will settle down once they're dealt with.
You must gather your party before... Welcome. What can we do for you?
Thank you again.
Oh, come on! Stupid sword!
If you say so. Got it done.